Yo, what's good, man? Y'all dealing with the Enlightened society, man. You know what I'm saying?
First installment, you know.
Yeah, man. New beginnings, man. It's your boy Vic.
It's Javon, only 5.
Lucky Da Vinci, y'all also call me Tess. You know what I'm saying? It's my name for this shit, Tess. You know what I mean? You know that?
Alright.
I'm just building a foundation for y'all to understand really what life is all about through our lenses.
Right. Through 3 perspectives, 3 people who went through struggle, overcame them, went through storms. There's knowledge, and that, you know what I'm saying, hopefully can, touch on people who, look for guidance and understanding on how to, weather storms that they go through in their life. I mean, we don't know everything, but, you know what I'm saying, we plan on giving, the best game to our ability. You know what I'm saying? Look forward to greater and greater.
Yeah, that's a fact though, man. Like the main thing for us right now and for everybody that's paying attention to this shit is to allow us to help you, you know what I'm saying? Allow us to show you how to help others, you know what I'm saying? Because it's about a bigger picture with this, you know what I mean? It's not even about us 3 being here, it's about us really getting out this message to y'all. You know what I'm saying? And like my nigga Vic said, it's from 3 different aspects, 3 different perspectives. So, you know what I mean? It's for somebody who will be able to relate to this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's our job. You know what I'm saying? Try to touch those that's mentally ready to build and grow within themselves. You know what I'm saying? And able to help others along the way. So, yeah, man, help us help y'all. You feel me? And we're gonna all help each other, and we got this shit on lock. You know what I'm saying? Real forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you go on vacation, or even wherever you go somewhere and you go to a different town, you got a guide, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We are guide. Like, you going through life, you be like, yo, when I'm gonna be doing this. In 5 years, I'm gonna be doing this. It's always what you projected to do. Like, we done already did everything that motherfuckers trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
fact.
we just the guide, we the tour guide, you know what I'm saying? This life tour guide, show you what time it is.
Tools, man. We just try to get y'all tools to better yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's all it is, man. Self-empowerment, self-belief, you know what I'm saying? Self-preservation, all that good shit, man. Powering up mentally, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. Tap in, definitely tap in. Like, comment, share, you know what I'm saying? Interact, engage.
Oh, yeah,
let us know what topics y'all want us to touch up on. We'll touch on all of them.
Absolutely.
Real shit, man, because at the end of the day, all this shit is about, like we say, man, it's all about bettering yourself as a whole, man, like mentally, physically, emotionally, learn how to react to shit, understanding that everything is a test, you know what I mean? It's all about progressing forward, passing those tests, not putting yourself in positions to set yourself back, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, like my niggas say, tap in, man, you know what I'm saying? Let us know what y'all wanna hear, man, what y'all want us to speak on, man. Like our point of views and shit, because we're gonna give it to y'all as genuine as we can. We ain't here to look no better than each other or sound like we better than anybody, you know what I'm saying? We've been through shit, so it's like we just here to help y'all.
We ain't gonna sugarcoat anything at all.
Nah,
We're gonna get the blood raw truth.
Yeah, for sure. So what we gonna go in on, fellas? What topic we gonna touch up on? The very first topic. It's gonna be our first topic.
I mean,
self-improvement. What would you feel is to be like the first step in the right direction towards improving yourself, turning your life around? What would you recommend be the first step?
The first step. One of the first steps for sure is definitely just generalizing within yourself, like what your the pros and cons.
Okay.
Strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
Right? Like what am I doing on a day-to-day basis? What could I do better?
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? Where am I going? What am I trying to do? Right? Is what I'm doing every day good for me? Am I going to sleep at night like content, like all right, like I had a good day, or my mind is at peace, or like because that should be important. Like a lot of times we can't even people got insomnia strictly off the fact of stress. You know what I'm saying?
Self-nourishment.
It's not like you can't do whatever. It's like, nah, like I'm stressed the fuck out.
It's self-nourishment. Give yourself the right shit to do this shit on a continuous basis.
Feeding your mind the right.
Exactly.
That food, you gotta nourish it.
Exactly.
Your body is you gotta treat this shit like a nursery.
Very well said.
Absolutely, your garden. Mine is a garden.
You gotta nourish it. You got to.
Sure.
You gotta give it that shit to motivate it to progress forward. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So yeah, that's a great point. I feel like with me it's just like rehab. Rehab is the first thing to recovery is acknowledging shit. Knowing that you got these, knowing that you got flaws. Knowing you got flaws. You have to know you got these flaws.
Right.
There's people that got flaws and know they got them and still will deny them bitches to your face.
Facts.
Because they feel like they belittling themselves when you really helping yourself. You ain't. You releasing some shit that you be feeling like you really releasing it. Like you letting off loads off your shoulders. See, people have so many loads on their shoulders because it's mentally. They're so self-driven on what everybody else think, and if you be more like fuck everybody and do what you do to make you happy, a lot of shit wouldn't happen as it would because you're being true to self. Like the biggest thing is acknowledging when, like you know what I'm saying, like I know I can't do this with my left hand, so I'm gonna improve on this shit. Like just like in hoop or whatever you're doing, like you know what I'm saying. You might be strong suited in your right hand. But imagine how much powerful you would be if you was just as strong suited with your left. This ain't gonna be too much somebody do with you. So if you did your mind the same way, knowing what makes you set back and you, what we call that shit, you identify what the fuck is giving you these issues and you recognize them and not let them do the usual tick that you do, then it's you're improving because you're not reacting the same. You're not giving it the same energy. You're not being the typical self. Like growth comes with not being the person that you're accustomed to being.
Right, exactly.
Because it's uncomfortable shit.
Yeah, being uncomfortable.
Acknowledging shit makes some people feel, it makes the majority uncomfortable. Like, they feel bad because they gotta acknowledge, what the fuck?
Changes them.
Yeah.
Bro, like, how are you gonna get there? You know what I'm saying? Without this shit. And then it helps you see it in somebody else to help them. Like, they don't listen, that's on them that they ain't catching the message however it go. You feel me?
Right.
So from my perspective, it's just like rehab. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing that you have an issue.
The equivalent of that.
It's the equivalent of that. You know what I'm saying?
Because I was gonna say, like, I didn't want to stop you either, so that's why I didn't say it. But I was gonna say, like, break down the definition of what you're saying rehab is, or what you're meaning by it, because maybe the listener. It's just simply identify rehab as what everybody thinks rehab is, and our slang is different than most. You know what I'm saying? So, but we are saying rehab, but we're just saying the form of rehabbing
facts.
The mind, right?
So
just to be clear.
Yeah, the form of this very rehab is mentally telling yourself and acknowledging the fact that you have an issue that you need to correct.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Without you being able to acknowledge with yourself and to others as well, because you're setting an example to show them that they too can do this without feeling some certain type of way. Without you being able to do that, you can't really grow. Like you can't take no shortcuts to this shit. This shit is stairs, no elevator. You feel me?
We're not professionals, but at the same time, you could step to us, and if you have an issue, because some people are, they're not able to do that with themselves. So if you need somebody, like we are mentors, we are, you know, offering kind of big brother incentives. You know what I'm saying, to hold it down and do what we're saying. We're backing up this way of life that we live in. The things that we're talking about, like if you need somebody to talk to, text me, call me. You know, like all my information is gonna be in the. You can just hit me up through the email right now, but when we really tap in, I'm gonna exchange all of that, and we'll get to that point, because that's the time that we all are on.
For sure.
Right.
For sure, man.
So what you think? What you think is the major step is?
I feel like the major step. I feel like you have to learn to be honest with yourself. I feel like that's what people are mostly afraid of, is just looking in the mirror and being honest with what you see and not judging it. Because I feel like even when people are honest with themselves, they'll take that halfway step forward, but then when they look in the mirror, they're not real about what they see. You know what I'm saying? And also, they judge themselves. I feel like that's another thing as well. If you're honest with yourself, practice non-judgment along your journey, because the more you judge yourself, is the more you're going to instill them certain type of feelings within you that's going to steer you away from moving in the direction of being better for self. Like, you know what I'm saying? Overall. Yeah. And I feel like once you get through those two hurdles of being honest with yourself and practicing non-judgment, that'll overall be like the start to your journey to understand like what. And I feel as though another thing, of course, is like the importance of educating your mind, like adding more to your mind, because I feel as though like I wouldn't say all people, but I feel as though like majority of people in this society nowadays, I feel like once we get through either high school or, you know what I'm saying, we either decide to go to college or we don't go to college, I feel like people just stop adding to their mindset. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when you stop adding to your mindset, it's so easy for you to run through this thing called life lost. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Right. You're supposed to be learning every day. Don't stop when you graduate school.
But the average mind gets into that quote unquote adulthood mind frame to where they feel as if they got it figured out.
Yeah.
See, this is what the issue is though. Like you're telling them the right shit, but like you were just saying, we have to give it to them in better detail because that's just like the end result. What we tell them what to do.
Right.
Like when it comes down to being honest with yourself, like you're saying, you have to be in all aspects. Like, let's say for instance, I'm not a club person, but y'all some club goers or whatever. Y'all like, we'll go to the club, but my mind is telling me that I don't want to go, but I still go. That's not being true to myself because if I really don't want to go and my mind is telling me not to go, I should be relaying to y'all, nah, bro, I don't want to.
Right.
Like when you're true to yourself, you exercise everything to its fulfillment type shit, like to its fullest extent. You feel me?
Right.
Because that's being true to yourself. Like those be the tests though. Those are tests though.
Yes.
You're right. You're not having no regrets because the load is off your shoulders. You're not feeling like, oh man. And then let's say something happened, and then you be like, some told me not to come.
Right.
It's like all about listening to what your gut is telling you. People don't go with the gut feeling like that. You know what I'm saying? The gut feeling is the only feeling that I would go with.
Right.
Other than that, it was just like during actions or whatever, how people feel don't make them correct. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So even though you feel this way, you still have to take the time to make the proper assessment through its entirety, or what they say in the NFL. Like when they say go through all the steps, they say some type of phrase. I can't remember what it was, but it's like exercise everything to the fullest extent before you make your final judgment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when it be like the court cases and shit, they say some shit like they're trying to figure out the process, some type of phrase. We'll figure it out. But that's what I'm saying. Like being true to yourself comes with more than just looking in the mirror. Because even though you look in the mirror and you know what it is, you still got to pass the test.
Yeah.
Without the test, and that's exercising. Without the test, you knowing shit don't mean anything. You have to exercise it. You know what I'm saying?
Apply it.
Yeah, exactly. It has to be applied. You know what I'm saying? And you have to pass the test. Because, you know, without passing it and knowing how good it feels to actually do that shit, you would never really have the urge to do it, to progress and continue to do it.
Right.
Or to jump over those next hurdles that you're speaking about. You got to be able to take those leaps of faith to be able to tell your homeboys no. And then they're tested in the same sense. If you're able to tell my nigga no, they're upset, maybe those aren't your friends.
Exactly.
They should be able to understand that you don't want to fucking go.
Right.
See, everybody's being tested all in one. That's why I say my name test, because it's so much come with one thing you say. It's a double-edged sword, like you say. It goes both ways. They have to be able to receive and accept that shit like they fuck with you.
Right.
All right, bro, you don't want to go. Ooh, they ain't like, damn, bro, you don't want to hang with us. Nah, nigga, that's just not what I want to do.
Right. Exactly.
And then I shouldn't be like, I'm gonna go, and then I'm in the club getting drunk, and I don't want to be drunk and shit. Like, you ain't enjoying nothing. You just don't be a follower. You know, leaders move how they move. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we're trying to give people, male or female. Just be a leader. Be true to yourself. Lead by example. And this shit can go how we want this melanated community to go. You know what I'm saying? It's just these type of levels, and it comes with self first. Like without you properly loving yourself, everybody say the best love is self love. But if you're not doing the shit that I'm talking about, like really taking the time to tell people no, express shit, that ain't love. Because you're not doing what you telling you to do.
Right,
You want to get yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, it just be that deep with me, bro. I've always been this deep. I ain't never I'm no better than anybody, but I just analyze shit different.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And my big thing is just let people know that even though I represent what I represent, because I got my flag and shit, that does not mean that you cannot be a positive individual. Like that shit is out the window. Like the media gonna try to paint whatever the fuck they gangland, whatever they want to do. You feel me? But at the end of the day, if you want to be positive, you can be positive. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you represent, what you look like,
what your background is.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
What you look like.
Don't let the media and that television just do y'all like that, man. Because it ain't that serious. You know what I'm saying? Just be you to the fullest extent and love yourself first, and everything else gonna fall in place, man. I don't care what nobody says. You know what I'm saying? I got some real fellas next to me, and I won't trade these niggas in for the world. That's all I can say, because we trying to do some shit and everybody understands their role. We just gonna play it to the fullest and give y'all this food. Hope y'all ingest that shit correctly. So it ain't about y'all to tell us thank you. It's about y'all telling yourselves y'all doing the right shit, man. Cause it ain't for us. It's for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
There's more to come. There's more to come. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, it's day one. It's day one.
This is the beginning.
It's day one, man. I like it though. We lit. My nigga, like it's like real deal. Like, yeah, man. Like, self-empowerment is a big thing, man. Very few people exercise it because there's just so much that come with it. It's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of meditation. It's a lot of just mental work. This is not a physical job. What's going on? What we're telling you right now. This has nothing to do with muscle memory unless it's the brain and just exercising what you think and what you feel as if you are. Other than that, this is all mental. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta appreciate life and just embrace even the bad times. Growth does not come without obstacles. You gotta embrace them shits and just shake the dust off if there is any dust. Sometimes only dust come around if you make it the dust. Like this is just challenges. It's not no struggles. These are challenges. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what you're thinking, how you speak it. Like I had to tell somebody I fuck with, stop calling it a struggle. Let's call it a challenge.
Right.
Because if you look at it as a challenge, you're gonna listen to try to overcome it. But if you look at it as a struggle, you're gonna feel like this is shit that you meant to be.
Yeah, right.
What you say, what?
You're gonna live it.
You're gonna live that shit.
Yeah,
Bro. You're not supposed to be living that shit.
Yeah.
We're not struggle beings.
You gotta be careful what you tell yourself. Most importantly, you definitely have to be very careful what you tell yourself because you know a lot of people fail to understand that you can always see positive in the negative, but only if you choose to. I think that was one of the most wise quotes I ever came across that really like shaped my mind into understanding that even when things seem bad, even when I lose all hope, man, even when I lost my job, even when I was struggling bad, it was just like, you know what I'm saying? I never looked at it like, dad, like this is what I'm going through.
Embrace it.
You know, exactly. And that's what made a better me because, you know what I'm saying, by me embracing it, when you learn to embrace failure, you learn how to gain the lessons out of the situations you go through.
So you don't repeat it.
You know, exactly. And it's really just that simple. It's really just that simple. Like if you really like break that down and just like, you know what, even though I'm going through this bad situation, what can I gain from it? Because if you be mad about a situation, if you continue to dwell on a situation, if you wake up and keep thinking about that situation, just like my guy 5 said, you will live in that situation. There's the bottom line of that. And that's a jewel. That's a jewel.
Message.
Yeah, man, it's just that. It's, one thing about these complex problems, they have simple solutions. Like, the solutions are so simple.
The fact that, like, there's certain elements of our brain that makes us worry about shit and make shit more than really what it really is. And, like, I can speak from experience that, like, growing up, I was a very impulsive person, an emotional person. So, like, one thing would happen, I would react to it without any thought, like no thought behind it, nothing.
I know
that's what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
what I'm gonna do.
It's what I'm gonna do.
This what I'm gonna do.
Set in stone. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
In 3.2 seconds.
Like 2 seconds, and I have to deal with the consequences and all this extra. So for a person that has experienced, regardless of what you think I look like, I've been through a lot of things. Like regardless of the consequences, I've learned from those things, and like first of all, I don't like to not be in control of shit. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I don't like to be in a situation where like I can't dictate whatever's in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Like so when you put yourself in compromising situations where it's like those things are taken from you, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's nothing like being free, nothing like being in control. You know what I'm saying? And when you are free, you are in control. You don't realize how valuable that is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
To understand that like you just being able to think for yourself is valuable. You know what I'm saying? And you need to be thinking the right shit.
Exactly.
That's the ultimate control though. If you can mentally control this shit, then you're pretty much good.
Because a lot of times, like you said, our thoughts, what you thinking, the thoughts control you. It's like your life ain't even fucked up, but that's what your life, you thinking fucked up, so now your life is fucked up.
It's on its way.
It's coming, right?
Yeah, it's on its way.
Because you thought it's on its way.
Law of attraction. You know what I'm saying? Law of attraction, law of attraction.
For sure.
But you can't be like, yo, I'm great. You're not gonna be great tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
But not to cut you off though, like I believe on some shit because you know what I'm saying, we think about, you know what I'm saying, the reason why we connected like that is because how we really want you to think and feel. So even though our mind was made up like it was though, See, there's a lot of people that still do shit and play the blame game. See, now we're the type of people that would do shit and we knew the consequence, so if it did pop and it didn't go our way, at the end of the day, we already knew what we was into.
Right.
See, now the majority will know what they're getting into and still find some way to make it seem as if, like that denial factor, like, so that's why it was much easier for us to grow with what we're doing now, because it's still people that don't even get over those humps and they knew what they were doing.
Exactly.
You smell me? So that's still a level, you know what I'm saying? That's why I ain't gonna cut you off in the beginning, because I was gonna be like, nigga, but I was gonna say, but nigga, you know damn well, bro, we knew what we was getting to. We weren't gonna sweat the consequences if it wasn't one. You know what I'm saying? But the masses, they don't. Yeah. We'll go to jail and be straight.
I was gonna say, like, I was never overwhelmed in any of my situations.
Exactly. Yeah. Facts.
I'm still like, but just the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still been through shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm smart. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is anything that I'm saying is like gold. Like, it's from the earth. I mean, you know, it's valuable. Yeah, I'm not gonna stay wrong. Ever.
Exactly. At all whatsoever, man.
Anybody that I've even spoken any type of good shit to is doing much better in their life. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a fact.
And that ain't even no bragging shit. Like, it's just the real deal. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it.
Facts.
You know, my shit is the total opposite though. Like, you dropping jewels, motherfuckers, and they loving it and they receiving it right. I turn out to have everybody want to be competitive, want to hate a nigga.
I got those.
You know what I'm saying? No, but this is what I have. This is predominant. This is predominant. Okay? Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, like how you get a lot of positive vibes. Like my percentage is the total opposite. It's like who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Who was that? But my whole message with that is, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm gonna give you a prime example. Like, chick was like, I told you the story already, though. But chick was like, a bum can't tell me shit. A broke ass bum can't tell me shit. So I'm like, how do you think like that? Like, because they don't have anything. I'm like, but what if they're telling you what it takes to not be like them though?
Exactly.
But they're like, oh, but you can't tell me. Like, I stopped talking to this female because it could be a nigga that got everything in the world, but he done this most sinister shit to get his shit, but you just listening to them because they look the part. See, this is the type of people that I've been, these are the type of broken individuals I've been dealing with. You know what I'm saying? They rather pay attention to those that look it as opposed to those that really tell them genuine shit for them to be better in life. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what you call a broken mind right there.
It's like that anybody that's even looking at this and looking at this in a way to try to pick at anybody that you feel like you may have had history with or known personally, you know what I'm saying? Yo, like, I feel sorry for you, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we ain't doing nothing but trying to help people, just like we've helped each other, you know what I'm saying? Like, this trinity, this trio was created based off exactly what we given, you know what I'm saying? Like, this wasn't tailor-made, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all grow up together, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't from all the same time, like, it's none of that. So it's like, once you hear the backdrop of that, it's all gonna make sense, you know what I'm saying? But
it's gonna flow.
It's gonna make sense.
It's gonna flow, and we gonna give it to them.
At the end of the day, it's just three like-minded individuals, bro. And we all have the same common goal. We want people to be great. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is the freest game you could ever get. You know what I mean? Because, like, we're doing this shit. We're taking our time out to do this shit, you know what I'm saying? Because the nigga ultimately gives a fuck about y'all in totality. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not, we care about a certain amount of individuals. We care about all minds that want to find some way to be great. You know what I'm saying? The two best things in life is being born and knowing what your purpose is. So, if you can exercise self-empowerment, I'm quite sure the majority will find out what their purpose is. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all we here for, man. We just here to help y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Help us help y'all.
We'll keep dropping these jewels. Hopefully y'all pick these motherfuckers up and do the right things with them. And that's it. But you can't say nobody ain't relay y'all no information. No, this is one thing y'all ain't gonna be able to do no more. Y'all not gonna be able to say some regular individuals told y'all some empowering shit. You can't say that no more. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's paying attention to this, you're gonna be able to find something in any one of these YouTubes or whatever that we drop, and something that's gonna help y'all be better.
Major fact.
And you really gotta tap in, because it's like me, for example, I've watched videos regardless of, you know, a lot of times it's like, okay, whatever the header is, it's gonna catch your attention. You know what I'm saying? Based on whatever you click that. Shit might be 50 minutes. What I'm saying to say, you gotta listen in and dial in, because this is deeper than just a get rich quick scheme. You know what I'm saying? This is deeper than, you gotta really tap in for real, man. Like,
Exactly. This ain't no clout chasing. This ain't no extra shit. If you really want to level up your mindset, if you really want to better yourself, if you really want to understand your purpose, if you really want to understand how to move better, how to attract better in your direction, really tap in. I'm telling you, we ain't gonna steer you wrong. It's gonna always be a jewel. You're gonna take. I'm telling you, guaranteed.
numerous.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, man, this ain't about no physically rich, man. This is about being mentally rich, man. Ain't nothing better than being mentally rich. So, I mean, I'm just gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? What y'all trying to do, man? Y'all just trying to look a certain way, or do y'all be a certain way? Because if you be a certain way, it's no limit to how you could look. You know what I mean? But if you just trying to look a certain way, then you're already placing yourself in a couple of dimensions on it. You know what I'm saying? So exercise the mind as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? Be open to a lot of shit. That don't mean you gotta take a lot of shit. Be open to a lot of shit. Think first, react less. And I mean, everything else gonna do what it's supposed to do for you.
Like, share, and subscribe. For real.
Yeah,
tap
man.
In,
For real.
tap in with the squad.
You already know.
Society.
Facts, man.
You already know.
Fuck with us, man. It's your boy Tex, man. It's my nigga 5. He 5 to me. You know what I'm saying? No gang shit. No gang shit.
Fortune 500.
That's my nigga 5 right there. Fuck if y'all, whatever. That's my nigga 5 right there. Fortune 500. That's my nigga Vic, man.
You
So
heard?
y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, all that, comment, whatever. You know what I'm saying? All type of publicity is great publicity to us. We ain't tripping on that shit. You feel me?
At all.